So you see both of those flying here right now. It's going to be great. This big bag of conventional and tail
Get it to take pictures for me.
The Nanchings and the Yaks. Again, these aircraft, when they come here, they come in boxes and pieces, and they all have Russian symbols and numbers, and they're metric, you know, kilograms per whatever, but you can't even read that because it's in Russian, so, or Chinese. So what happens, most of these guys will buy these airplanes, they'll be shipped in here in boxes, and they have people convert them mainly with the gauges and the labeling, so you know what it is in English, so you can fly them safely. And you see them taxiing out. We're going to see some formation flying, some opposed flying here. It's great. These guys practice and practice and practice so they can fly as a team. Many times they'll fly as a 4-ship formation or 5-ship formation. They also do a thing where they will fly what's called opposing, where 2 will come together in formation against, with 2 others come in the other direction. You'll see some of that here today with Jimmy Fordham, Robert Langford, B.J. Kennemore, and Tim Williams. The 2011 Red Thunder Air Show team. Most of the formations you're going to see typically flown by military pilots. You're going to see the fingertip formation, military formation flying that they actually learn for reasons that helps them in combat or in formation flying that's used for bombing and that sort of thing. He has a Yak 52 that he's flying out there today. Everybody calls him Lefty. He's retired and lives in Lebanon, Tennessee. We also have B.J. Kennemore, who grew up in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. He started a speed shop. He liked fast cars, then he found out airplanes were faster. And he accumulated over 4,000 flight hours in all kinds of aircraft. As Red Thunder's maintenance officer and one of the lead pilots, his expertise keeps him safe and running. He is proud that he had a service to our nation as a United States Marine, and salutes all that serve in the branch of service. For you, don't get hungry or thirsty while you're out here. All right, if you look down to your left, you're going to see the smoke on as they get ready to do their run-up for takeoff roll. Ladies and gentlemen, the air show team known as Red Thunder.
The one's about 340 at about 8 to 10.
All right, I see landing lights on. They're getting ready to come down the runway. Here they come. All right, they're talking. They're on a discrete frequency talking to each other. Stay in constant contact. They practice all these flight maneuvers as formation flying in their routines. They practice over this field, as a matter of fact, pretty regularly. They come out here through the week or on the weekends and use this field because it's such an excellent area to fly formation flying. It's wide open, big open valley, and not a lot of people living right around the airport to bother them. So they come here and use Courtland Air Base as their practice field a lot, even though they're from all over, from Louisiana, Tennessee, and Alabama. It's a great place for them to come and practice. So you may have seen them practicing their formation flying and not known it. All right, here they come. It's brakes off, it's power up. The Nanchings and the Yaks as they come down the runway here. 2 lifting off together, formation takeoff. You'll notice they sound a little bit like the T6, not nearly as big and throaty. They've got great little radial engines, but they're smaller engines, a lot quieter. Of course, they were developed too long. They're landing here. Those landing here look kind of spindly on them, but they work great. Those Soviet aircraft were always designed to be very maintenance easy. They're built like tanks. I mean, they're very solid built aircraft. They're easy to maintain. They were designed that way. They can land in a field. You know, the one thing, they didn't have a lot of areas in Eastern Europe and in China. There were areas where they might have to land an airplane in a field, a rice paddy or something. So they designed these airplanes to be very rugged. And they use them as trainers, but boy, they can take a beating and keep on licking. So, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. Take a licking and keep on ticking. That's the way to go. So you're going to see them fly. You'll notice they will sound a little bit like the T6 because of the big radial engines, but not nearly so big and throaty. But they're beautiful aircraft, fun to fly, very solid built. And again, many of these guys practice hunting.
Hey, tempo, I'm going to 1,700 feet.
That's a point.
Right now. Hey, Bob. Take your full turn, guys. Okay, we're coming up on 90 off the line. Let's go props up now.
Horsepower radial engine in them. Fully aerobatic, can fly inverted for a good bit of time, maybe up to 2 minutes. They can handle G loads of +7 and -5 Gs, so you can't tear them up too bad doing aerobatics. They're real rugged. Top speed over 200 miles an hour. The Yak is called the Yak, not because of the animal, but because it's the Yakolev design during the 70s. They're still being produced too. They're great training aircraft. They train pilots that learn to fly on a small aircraft. Aerobatics. Here they come diving down, smoke on, all four. In formation, Red Thunder. The wind blowing, they stayed right together and did a great job. Side by side, big Barnstormers loop.
Okay, Robert, we're setting up for the barrel roll. And a little power.
When you think about these guys that come out and do their flying routines, it's one thing if you're just up there by yourself. It's another where you've got to stay right in position with another. So watch how nice this is as they stay together and do a big barrel roll right there in front of us together. You saw John Bostic do one while ago in the T6. There is a double version there. Red Thunder doing a two-ship formation barrel roll. Again, Jimmy Fordham flying along with Robert Langford, Mr. B.J. Kimmore, and Tim Williams. These aircraft, although they got those big engines, they are heavy. They have to still trade off a little altitude for airspeed. So here they come, giving you a good shot of them side by side, formation flying. Isn't that pretty? Again, these guys have to practice. They have to know what they're doing. One is the lead, the other follows. As they turn out to our right, you'll also see up ahead of them the other two coming back in from the right, higher altitude. Okay, here they are diving down through this spotty sky. Beautiful blue and puffy clouds. Get a good silhouette shot there of them together as they pull the stick back and up they go together. Then peeling off. All right, looks like they're going to come down and do the opposing cross. Let's see, they're doing the big Barnstormer loops. Checking in with each other. They give the opposing cross. Red Thunder as they come across. Smoke on. That's a pretty shot right there, isn't it? Knife across. Turning out. You'll notice if you see the smoke where they turned at little circles of smoke out there. That's created by the wingtip vortices. These aircraft, as they fly through the air, the wind goes across the wing, but it also tends to spin off the tips and creates little horizontal tornadoes that are called wingtip vortices. Many times you get to see that with the smoke. Here they are opposing, they turn.
Okay, Robert, here we go. We're setting up for the downward bomb burst. Nose to be down now.
Yeah, that's what makes the airplanes fly. As the wind is compressed and moving over the wing surfaces, they have to do something, so they tend to compress and roll off. A lot of times if you've been flying in an airliner, you might have been shocked to see, looks like smoke coming off the tip of the airliner you were on. It's because the air was full of moisture and it was compressing the moisture, bringing a contrail. Here they come down to bomb burst as they separate. 180-degree separation there. Coming back up now. One of them's looking over the shoulder to find the other one there. As they come over the top, they're upside down. They see where the other one is as they begin their, looks like opposing Cuban 8s almost here. Always cognizant of where the other plane is. You don't want anybody matching each other's same space in the sky. That's not good. It's neat when they fly close. It's not Hear the deep-throated rumble of those big radial engines, 400 horsepower. Coming around from left to right, 2 again in formation. Here they come, left to right, diving down now. Hear those big throated engines spool up a bit. I love that sound. Round engines, you don't hear much anymore. Nine-cylinder radial engines in these aircraft. Built like tanks, though, they're pretty maintenance-free. I mean, you have to do the regular maintenance on them, but they're very rugged. Designed to be fixed in the field if you have to, with a kit bag and some spare parts. Amazing airplanes. Again, this team calls themselves Red Thunder. They'll be back tomorrow with an added teammate. There'll be 5 of them flying tomorrow. You got 2 coming inbound from your 11 o'clock position, left to right. Smoke on. Just a great shot of those aircraft coming by low and slow. Love hearing them too. Now look up to the right. You're going to see smoke on. 2 more diving down, high speed. Here they come. Up and over. Look at the sun glinting off the wings. Beautiful. Now they're hanging in the straps upside down together. Coming on over the top of the big Barnstormers loop, they dive down. Gravity pulling with the engines. Pulling the stick back, they level out a big pretty Barnstormers loop. Then up and over. Look at that. It has really turned out to be such a beautiful afternoon for this kind of flying. Look at the shadow of the second plane and the first plane smoke. That is so cool. All right, here they come back down right to left. One trailing the other, staying in the smoke. Wonder if he considers that secondhand smoke problem. I wonder if he thinks he's getting some secondhand smoke there, staying in his train. Just say no. Beautiful job. Red Thunder. Again, remember with the 4-ship formation, you got 2 one side, 2 the other. They always have to know where each other are. They're doing a great job of meeting up. You see how they all have come together out there about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock airlines. He's had 20-something years of flying. Jimmy Fordham, the lead pilot. Robert Langford flying the number 2 slot today. We got B.J. Kennemore and Tim Williams flying. That's the 4 coming at us right now as they peel off for the slow bomb burst. Look at that, all going in different directions. Like a slow motion explosion. That looks beautiful. Oh man, that is pretty. Red Thunder. Okay, here comes Red Thunder taxiing in. Yeah, good.